Hello, and welcome to Ghost Spill the Tea with myself, Paranormal Mitch.
And Paranormal Tej.
Today we are talking about healing spirits of a variety of different them. I think we have like 7 different kinds of spirits that we're going to talk about.
From all around the world.
All around the world. So ones that I found that I knew nothing about.
Yeah, there were some really cool ones.
And I think some cultures we haven't talked about a lot either, which is always fun when we can include different, places and things in there, because there's just so much interesting, culture throughout different parts of the world.
Yeah, and I think, we get in the paranormal and folklore too. People love to feel scared. So, we talk about like the spooky spirits and stuff like that, but like there are also a lot of healing spirits out there. And I think that people just kind of like push them to the wayside.
Yeah.
And it's just like a part of the paranormal that people don't focus on. We're always chasing the next, mysterious ghost and this and that. And it's like, there are a lot of healing spirits out there that do a lot of really amazing things for people. And they need an episode.
Yeah, I would wager to say that there's probably more like positive spirits out there than there are negative. Like you kind of have to look hard to find something that's like super negative.
Yeah.
I think it's, like you said, more prominent like in like what we know now. But if you look, most of the time it's like positive, guiding, healthy, happiness, all that kind of good stuff. But let's get into it.
Yes.
Let's do it. So you are going to go first.
I am going to go first.
We also, fun fact of how we did this, we each researched our own topics.
Yes.
So I did not read Taylor's.
We split.
And did you read mine?
No. So we're going to live react.
We're going to live react. Are we those people now that live react to things?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Taylor.
My reactions, I shouldn't live react to anything because my reactions are always so extreme for no reason. And then you just gasp over and over.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. That's kind of how it goes. If you want more
I
of
love
that,
it though.
You can go, what was that? The George episode where I was doing that all the time?
Oh yeah, the entire time.
It was crazy. I feel like we haven't been here in forever.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. We took 1 week off and I'm like off my groove.
I know.
We got to get back on.
We're back on.
We're back on.
We're focusing. We're here. We're ready to go. All right, Taylor.
We're doing things.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the first type of spirit that I'm going to be talking about is the Peri. The reason I chose the Peri, which is from ancient Persian and later Islamic folklore, which we have never covered before.
Cool.
We have a spirit here who has been suspected of being a Peri. And she's been suspected of being 2 or 3 things, but a Peri is one of them. And in my opinion, sounds the closest to what she is, and that's Luna. Luna is our little white cat vessel. And Luna is very interesting because you put hands on her and I swear to God, you feel better.
Sure, honestly.
It is so bizarre. We've done it with so many people. Like when Jenny was here from Odd Madness, I'll never forget, like going downstairs, we're all upstairs hanging out, go downstairs and Jenny is sleeping on the couch just with like Luna on her face. Like just like put her out. She just has a way of relaxing you. And she says, that's what friends do. I don't need anything in return. That's what friends do. And based on the area that she was from and the properties, Peri seems like a very educated guess about what she could be. So a Peri is often described as light-filled, winged spirits that exist somewhere between the human world and the realm of the divine. Sound familiar? It's giving fae. So in early traditions, Peris were considered imperfect or fallen beings who were barred from paradise. But over time, they evolved into symbols of goodness, healing, and protection.
Once again, it's giving fae.
Right. Like the whole fallen angel vibe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today, generally, Peris are understood as benevolent spirits associated with positive restorative qualities. Peris stand out in the healer category. I feel like we couldn't do this episode without them. They're one of the most well-known because of how much they can do. They have been believed to not only support physical health, but also emotional well-being. A lot of healer spirits, it's like either physical or mental. Mm-hmm. Peris are really cool because they take care of both pieces. So like all of these healing spirits, and we probably should have said this caveat at the beginning, these healing roles aren't like dramatic miracle, they cure you overnight type of stuff.
Absolutely.
This isn't like instant cures. It's not like, oh, you bring a Peri spirit into your house and your whole life is going to be fixed and your health is going to be 100%. No. Fairies and all healing spirits for that matter are really known for kind of like the gradual processes that lead to recovery. So kind of like slow and steady wins the race kind of situation. Folklore describes fairies as guiding humans toward hope, clarity, and healthier choices.
Oh, love
Making them more like spiritual supporters than direct healers.
that.
Is
Kind of like guiding you the right direction.
correct.
Cool.
Yeah, and like also helping you help yourself. Like they're not just
Oh,
fixing you,
love
they're
it.
helping you help yourself, which I think is really good because we can all use a little help in that department, I would say. Their presence in general was thought to encourage both balance and resilience for people.
Love it.
Love it, right? So in many stories, fairies are also linked to purity and renewal. This purity is not just moral, but also symbolic. So kind of like a cleansing energy in your space. Their healing qualities center on clearing away harmful influences, whether those influences may be emotional burdens, negative energies, people in your life who aren't good for you, or any kind of spiritual confusion.
That's
So giving spiritual clarity as well.
it's a wide base. Like, it's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
That's why we love fairies. They're
Yeah,
so cool.
love
Like,
it.
doesn't this give Luna to you?
Yes, very
Doesn't
much
it?
so. Like
Yeah.
just beyond positive, very
But
guiding.
like that Fae spice isn't there with her, you know?
and not
and-
a bad thing.
Right.
It's just different.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
agreed.
it's like she never really fit into like the perfect Fae category for me, but this very much matches her personality.
Yes.
So Perry's help restore harmony and bring balance rather than simply like fixing the problem for you. It's not like, you make a wish and it comes true kind of situation. They are supporting you on your personal journey to healing and they help you in that process.
Which is, I feel like, kind of a common theme that we've heard from
Right.
some of our spirits here.
Like they're not going to do the work for you.
They're not going to do the work for you. They can show you kind of the process, the right things to ask, maybe some positive things to work
Yeah.
on, but it's your doing that's
Yeah.
going to help do it.
Yeah. So Perrys are often depicted as spirits that are able to bring light into dark situations, allowing healing to begin naturally. So things like, something bad happens and they help you see a more positive viewpoint of that, or helping you see what you could learn from a bad situation, things of that nature, to give you another perspective. Perrys also appear in traditions connected to nature and herbal medicine.
Love it.
As well. Some tales describe them as caretakers of hidden gardens, which is like
caretakers of hidden gardens.
Yeah, isn't that cutesy? Or guardians of plants with medicinal qualities.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
so
great?
sweet.
Isn't that great?
I love it.
I know, it's just great. Because of this, people sometimes believe that Perry's actually inspired healers, like living healers.
Ooh.
And that they played a role in kind of who became a healer, guiding them toward remedies and natural treatments. Their influence was seen not as like supernatural intervention, but as a gentle, intuitive push toward the right solution and path for you.
Once again, kind of a common theme we're seeing.
Yes.
Mhm.
So in Sufi poetry and philosophy, Perry's take on an additional healer of the heart role as well. They represent spiritual uplift and emotional clarity. So this involves helping people reconnect with their inner truth, compassion, and self-understanding. So both being able to view yourself in a positive light and also the people around you. Here, the Perry's healing is about personal growth and emotional transformation. Again, not physical ailment, but they do that too.
Cool.
So basically, the overall on Perry's is that they're known for encouraging healing through guidance, clarity, and purification. They restore balance rather than performing anything dramatic cure-wise, and their healing role spans nature, emotion, spiritual insight, making them a really good example, in my opinion, of how different cultures imagine supportive, life-enhancing supernatural beings. So pretty amazing.
Wow. That was such a good first one to go over.
Aren't they great?
Because I think it encapsulated so much.
Well,
Like,
because
they
you have the
covered so
emotional
many
piece, the
bases.
physical piece, the spiritual piece. Like Perry's are the full package.
A full package.
And they have wings.
I mean, I don't know how much better it could get. Although I do feel like, to be fair, having wings sounds so cool.
I know. So
I love it.
I think that fits Luna.
I think it very much fits Luna. I don't know if we're ever going to truly find out, but I think
she doesn't want people to know.
She doesn't want people to know, which is fine.
Yeah.
We
she's just a friend.
and
She's a friend.
a very helpful friend, as you heard.
Oh yeah, I was snuggling with her last night.
Oh my gosh. Well, do you remember the time where we were in the car and you were like dying in the car
Yeah,
and you like held her and then you just like fell asleep
passed
like
out,
immediately.
and I was like so sick.
And
Yeah,
I remember you being in the car because I was I don't know where we were going.
Nashville. I think
Oh,
it was.
Nashville.
It was when it was too hot in the south and the AC couldn't keep up, so I got like super overheated.
Yeah, and it was, and for those of you that do or do not know, Taylor and heat are not a great combination.
No, I have like really bad heat sensitivity.
Yeah, so I remember she was like sweating, and I remember Luna, she fell asleep, head back. Luna was just like on her chest,
It was great.
almost exactly like how like a cat would do it.
It was great.
It was awesome.
Changed my life.
And I was like, man, I'm jealous of that. That looks like a good snooze.
It was a good snooze.
Amazing.
Great snooze.
Plus, you're in the car, which just knocks you out. So that's a big win.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to our next category.
Yep.
So, our next category that I get to go over is the Samodiva Fae. We love a good Fae story.
Fae, all right.
Now, I had not known about this type
Me either.
of Fae.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm slowly figuring out that the amount of different ways that different cultures look at Fae is
the Fae umbrella is very large.
Huge, right? And they're so even like looking at like different web pages and trying to research, like all of them are a little bit different. So I tried to like take little bits and pieces from everything and try and put it together. But the Samodiva Fae are South and West Slavic, which is typically now known as Bulgaria and Macedonia. So that would be like just north to northeast of Greece. Which is great. So they are woodland fairies or nymphs, typically found in West Slavic folklore. They are commonly depicted as ethereal maidens with long, loose, flowing hair, and in some cases, wings. They are typically dressed in free-flowing, feathered white gowns. Once again, white gowns. I feel like that's just all the time.
There it is again.
But the white gowns give them the power of flight. Samodivas are often described as having possibly blonde or red hair. They are tall and slender. They have pale, glowing skin and fiery eyes. They are also sometimes described as having a veil, which could hold all their power. So theoretically, if they were separated from their veil, they would then lose their power. One of my favorite things about them was where they lived. I thought it was very interesting. So they are really attracted because they're woodland nymphs or fairies, very much attracted to water, like a lot of these spirits are. So they would actually try and find like abandoned buildings, fallen trees, or like shacks or caves near water that they would choose to live in. So that's like hypothetically, if you were to go like searching for them, that is where they would be most commonly found. They would typically enter the human world during spring and usually stay until autumn, and then they would leave in the winter, which is not unlike some of our spirits that we have here.
Yeah.
It's said that they would, I've never heard of this before, live in a mythical village of Zmevkovo. Don't know. I've never heard of that before.
Don't look at me on there. Can't help you there.
So a little bit of what they are. So they're basically, which is really common, kind of a personified version of nature. They're protectors of nature and often very much juxtaposed humans in this sense. The healing part of them, they were very knowledgeable about herbs and plants, and they are associated with a lot of the medicinal qualities of plants. There were many local beliefs that they would protect these plants as well, and they helped people kind of discover some of the medicinal qualities of these sort of plants that are native to this area. So, for example, there was lots of different types of plants that were on there, none of which I recognize because I do not know plants as well as I should. One was called the Eunomus alatus, and it was supposed to be picked on the eve of Ascension Day, which is a celebratory day, because they are most friendly and their healing powers are stronger during that time. Cool. In certain parts of Bulgaria, Samodivas were said to be related to various inexplicable nature events like chronic illnesses and whirlwinds, basically stating that just how they have the power to heal, they sometimes have the power to do other things as well, which is once again a very common thing we see amongst these spirits. They have the power to do lots of different things. Treat them with respect, treat them right. If you treat the woodland or if you treat the area right, they will then help you out.
That's a common clause I see with spirits with
so.
Like special gifts. Like I know Hoshiko's different, like, but you know, like Hoshiko, it's like she brings good luck, but it's like if you just respect her, like she'll ruin your life. And like,
oh yeah,
your entire bloodline will have bad luck for the rest of forever kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But that's very common, is like spirits who have the ability to like help you to this degree. There's like usually some kind of catch woven in that involves how they're treated.
Well, like once
Which they
again,
shouldn't help you if you're going to be a jerk. I wouldn't
exactly.
help you either.
It's not like it's not like a get out of free jail card that you just like have this and it's just positive all the time and everything's great. I mean, it's like they have these juxtaposition of like they have the positive, they have the negative. They can teach you these things, or if you disrespect them, they can take these things away from you. They can make your plants die, all this sort of stuff, which was really cool. So the other interesting part about these is they were kind of most common came into tradition around the 19th century, and they're most often, because of this region, associated with folk tales, songs, dancing, and oral tradition, which is a really common thing. But the earliest written evidence dates all the way back to the 13th century, where they were developed from Balkan traditions and myths. And they found influences under other Slavic folklore and believe that their behavior is based on the ancient Thracian legends, which go way, 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 way back. And there are a couple different like types of the Semodivas in folklore. I'm not going to get into like the specific ones because they're actually like named, some of them. But I thought they were really, really interesting. The other thing is that they are known as the daughters of Lamia, which is actually a Slavic dragon in mythology.
Cool.
I had no idea about this.
Oh, here we go with the dragons.
Oh,
they're back.
I love dragons.
We know.
But it was really interesting. But once again, they're seen as more of a natural thing. They're most commonly seen at night. And that is the Samodiva Fae.
Very cool. I had not heard of that one.
I had not heard of them either. And I love learning about Fae because I think they're just so fascinating.
Well, we're sticking with Slavic on mine too.
Let's do it. What's next?
Right. The next one is the Rusalka of Healing Springs. So this is interesting. So a Rusalka of Healing Springs is a regional variation of the global category of Rusalka. Okay, so the Rusalka of Healing Springs is like a branch of this type of spirit.
So the Rusalka is the spirit.
The Rusalka is the overarching group of spirits, but then there's this healing.
Oh, that's like specific to this one.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm there.
Yeah. So while many Rusalkai are known as malicious water spirits.
There it is.
So most of them are actually malicious water spirits associated with lakes and rivers. This like one specific type of them is connected to natural springs that are believed to have restorative and medicinal qualities.
Oh, so like literally like the Fountain of Youth.
Yes.
Cool.
So in these traditions, the Rusalka is not a harmful entity, but a guardian of healing waters. In this case, responsible for protecting and maintaining the purity of the spring. She's viewed as a benevolent spirit whose presence enhances the natural healing properties of the water that she inhabits.
Amazing.
So she's around, you get water from there, and that's going to be helpful.
Great.
So these healing springs that are often described as youthful, luminous figures who appear near mineral springs or secluded forest pools. Unlike the darker depiction that is seen elsewhere in Slavic stories, this specific version of them is peaceful and nurturing. Her role centers on preservation, so she ensures that the spring remains clean, unpolluted, and flowing.
Amazing.
Which there are similar kinds of water spirits in other folklore too, where they are responsible for keeping the water pure.
Absolutely.
Like Aitan. Like Aitan, who we have. In folklore, the water of a spring watched over by such a spirit is believed to be especially effective for soothing illnesses, easing pain, and restoring strength.
Awesome. All good things.
Yeah. As a healing figure, the Rusalka of Healing Springs is associated with both renewal and balance. People visiting her spring might seek relief from physical ailments like fevers and skin conditions. Fevers and skin conditions were mentioned specifically throughout my research. Like they're very much known for those two things. They can help with other things, but fevers and skin conditions are like the two big ones that we see.
I guess that makes sense in regards to it being water.
Right.
Of it like would very help like soothe the skin, and then like you ingest it and it would help like calm down heat.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Some people may also go to them for emotional revitalization. Traditions hold that the spirit's influence helps amplify the natural miniatures and minerals and temperature of the water, creating an environment where recovery can begin.
Gotcha.
The healing she facilitates is rooted in nature. And again, same as the Perry, it's this slow, steady improvement rather than this like immediate cure transformation.
Yes.
Many stories describe her as a quiet protector who values respect and harmony. We see respect again and again and again in the spirit world. Here
Sure
it is
do.
again. Travelers were expected to approach her spring with care, leaving small offerings, and she particularly liked flowers and herbs. In return, the Rusalka was believed to offer blessings of good health or guidance toward wellness. This kind of reciprocal relationship highlights a very important theme in just the overarching Slavic traditions. There's always kind of both sides with spirits, and that they see in Slavic traditions that healing comes from cooperation between both humans and the natural world.
Nice.
Which I love.
Yeah.
The Rusalka also symbolizes emotional and spiritual healing, so folklore associates her with calmness, clarity, and easing of long-held sorrow.
Easing of long-held sorrow.
Which is interesting. People who spent time at her spring were said to leave feeling lighter and more grounded, which again, this also reflects the Slavic broader cultural understanding that healing involves both the body and the mind.
Yep.
It's not just one or the other, and that nature plays a central role in supporting overall well-being, and
Totally.
that's something we see in other cultures as well. The Rusalka of Healing Springs represents the more gentle side of Slavic water spirits. Slavic folklore has a lot of big scaries in it.
Oh, does it?
It's kind of like yokai in a way, where there is like a darker side to their folklore as well, and this is one of like the lighter pieces that we see.
Okay.
And rather than embodying danger like a lot of the other water spirits in their folklore, this particular one illustrates how certain supernatural beings were imagined as more guardians of natural resources. And their goal was to support health through purity, protection, and just the quiet power of the natural world. But again, this is another lesson in how that human spirit cooperation is necessary to move forward.
Gotcha.
It's not just on our side, not just on their side. You got to have both.
Gotta have both.
So that's that one.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I love learning about these.
A lot of water spirits with healing properties I found.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, think about, like, even in nature, water is seen as a very healing thing.
Right.
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 The water is seen as like a source of life.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so next one is one of my favorite. These next two are two of my favorite spirits I've ever learned about.
Oh.
They are so fun. And I have fun facts for these.
Of course you do.
I love my fun facts.
Mitchell gets
love
his fun facts going.
I love my fun facts. Okay, so the first one is a Hawaiian spirit.
We've never done Hawaiian spirits before. There's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones, and their culture is so steeped in it.
It's amazing.
So this is actually one of the most well-known spirits of Hawaiian folklore. So this is the Aumakua. I hope I'm saying that correct. So
it sounded good. I don't know if it's right, but it sounded good.
Thank you. I'll take that. So the Aumakua is a family guardian spirit that protects or warns and assists with health or danger. Okay, so you've actually heard of this before.
I have.
Yes, I'll get to it in a bit. So
what is it in a Disney movie?
Might be.
So
the Aumakua in Hawaiian mythology, it's seen as a personal or family god that originated as a deified ancestor, then takes on a physical form such as a spirit vehicle. Okay.
Is it in Lilo and Stitch?
Hold on.
Sorry.
You're going to ahead of yourself.
I love Lilo and Stitch.
You do love Lilo and Stitch. The Aumakua can manifest as an animal or an inanimate object, such as a plant or rock. Some of the most common things that they appear are as an eagle, as a shark, as a reptile. They can appear as like plants or inanimate objects as well. So they can appear as like a mountain.
Pudge the fish. He controls the weather.
Maybe Pudge the fish. There you go.
Anyway. I'm gonna need to like mute my mic for this part.
No, this is great. Keep going. So Hawaiians believe that deceased family members would transform into this Aumakua and then watch over their descendants with a loving concern for them, while also being a judge and jury of their actions. So if, let's say, like we had a kid, right? So the kid would have the Aumakua of your family and my family. So it would take the family lineage, and then our Aumakua would work together to then protect the next lineage, and then it would then be passed on
It's
over
very
time.
nice for people who want children.
It's an example, right? But the cool part is they actually can identify who these Aumakua are and can usually trace them back to a specific ancestor.
Huh. That's
And
cool.
then, so like, for example, one of the like most common examples was a shark. And what the kind of story would be is, let's say that you were a fisherman, your family were fishermen, right? If you had an ancestor that was a fisherman, they would appear as a shark. The shark would then take them to where the fish were plentiful, and they would be able to ensure a good harvest.
Hmm.
If, let's say, the boat capsized or something like that, the shark would then, the person would actually be able to ride the shark back to land. Which
Cool.
I read that and I said, riding a shark sounds really cool. Riding a dolphin, very fun. We've done that. But riding a shark sounds like a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I going crazy? Let's move on. So the Aumakua were believed to watch over families, hear their words, give them strength and guidance, warn them of misfortune and danger, give punishments to wrongdoers, while also rewarding worthy people with prosperity in the afterlife, and pass on prayers from the living to the Akua, which are the gods. So the healing property of these are not as direct as some of the other things we talked about before. They're much more guiding. Right. So, for example, they can guide a family with a certain medicinal property. They can guide that to maybe see a physician or be able to promote healing by maybe, giving them food or giving them resources or guiding them towards the direction that they need to go. They oftentimes can appear in dreams. They can appear in visions. They can appear in lots of different things. But the Aumakua, that's basically what they did. The healing happened, like I said, lots of different ways. Dreams, visions. It was interesting. Even Hawaiian said that even like a nagging feeling that something is wrong or you shouldn't do something, or something is positive, can be a sign that your Aumakua is talking to you.
Cool.
So it's basically like they're guiding you from their experiences in the afterlife and then trying to help you through what you're doing.
Cool.
But same as before, they can be, judge and jury as well. So if you are not making your family proud, they can basically bring punishment to the family. And these are behaviors that they would frown upon, things like greed, theft, and dishonesty. And they would drive that person away from the family to then try and keep the family in a more positive light. And they would actually try and take things away from that person to try and what's the word I'm looking for? Dissuade, maybe, that person from doing these bad things.
Discourage.
Discourage. Thank you. But it was fascinating. This is actually a very, very common thing that, because the Hawaiian culture is very heavily known to have tattoos, this is one of the most common things, is to get an Aumakua tattoo of whatever your family is.
I love that.
So that's why like a shark tattoo is really common. Other tattoos are really common. Do you want to hear your fun fact?
Yeah.
So
Pudge the fish, he controls the weather.
the
You
fish
should give
controls
him a
the weather.
sandwich on sandwich day. Is it him?
No.
Okay, well, what
He
is
might
Pudge
be.
the fish?
He might be. I don't know what Pudge the fish
He
is. What
controls
am
the
I, an
weather.
expert?
I need to know.
Okay, so do you remember Moana?
Yes, I do. You love this movie.
I love this movie. So the grandmother,
Yeah.
when she dies, what does she appear as? Do you remember? It's in the water.
Trivia? It's not a stingray, is it?
Yeah, it's a stingray.
Oh, okay.
So what you're seeing is the grandmother becoming an Aumakua for
Oh,
the family.
okay.
She would then appear as
That
a
tracks.
stingray. So then
It makes a lot more sense than Pudge the fish.
Pudge the fish wasn't a bad example. Right off the top of the dome, that was a good guess.
You know what?
That was a good guess.
I don't know. I just love that fish.
But so the Aumakua, not as direct healers as some of the other ones we've talked about, but very much will guide people in the right direction. Once again, you can ask them for help with things like physical and emotional and mental well-being, just like, you would talk to a family member and they would be able to give you advice or be able to help you with a certain path. That is what the Aumakua would do.
Very cool.
Yeah. And it was always ancestors, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
That it's actually someone from your family lineage that then becomes this role and then helps them.
Yeah, I love that.
It's kind of stated that like over time, the Aumakuas would eventually change, where like that person would then move on to whatever their version of the afterlife is. The next Aumakua would take over, and they would help, and then it would just kind of be this like constant cycle of family lineages trying to help each other.
Love it.
I thought it was really nice. All right, what you got next?
I'm sticking with Slavic here on this one again.
We're hitting Slavic hard
We
today.
are. I don't know. We haven't done it in a while. So
I love Slavic folklore.
I
though.
do too.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah, I do too. So this is the Domovoy. So
Domovoy?
Domovoy.
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 Okay.
D-O-M-O. Domo.
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 Domovoy.
Domovoy.
Okay. So a Domovoy is a household spirit.
Cool.
From Slavic folklore. And it's traditionally viewed as a protector of the home and the family living within it. We see similar figures in almost every single folklore.
Totally.
Some kind of household protective guardian spirit.
I was
Zani.
thinking too. I wasn't going to say
it's giving Zani. So Domovoy are most commonly described as guardians. Some regional traditions also emphasize their role as caretakers as well.
Caretakers, like for children?
For people, for us, babysitters.
Oh,
like me oversleeping my alarm and Zani knocking on the door to wake me up.
Oh, I thought you meant like we're gonna leave the house and we're gonna let the spirit watch the kid.
No, they watch us.
Yes.
So they're caretakers with subtle healing and well-being supporting qualities.
Cool.
They're usually seen as small, elderly, human-like figures who live in quiet corners of the home, such as near the hearth, under the floorboards, or in the stable.
That's sweet.
So similar to Zani, a specific type of fae from Italian folklore.
Yes.
Almost the exact same description.
Which regionally is not that far.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Their presence is meant to reassure families that the home is watched over and kept in good order.
Amazing.
So in the context of healing traditions, there's a lot more about these spirits, all of these types of spirits, but I kind of tried to stick to the healing aspect because that's what the episode is on.
Mm-hmm.
So Domovoy are believed to safeguard the health of the household by maintaining balance and harmony in your daily life.
Okay.
So rather than healing through supernatural cures, they support wellness by protecting the home from harmful outside influences.
Great.
So this could include guarding against things such as misfortune, illness that may be brought on by stress or conflict, kind of keeping the energy in the house balanced, or disruptions that may disturb the emotional climate of the family. A well-treated Domovoy was thought to keep the home peaceful, which indirectly supported physical and emotional well-being.
Great.
They also play a role in preventative healing, which
Hmm.
this was one of the only ones I heard about prevention. I heard a lot about like healing existing things, but prevention really isn't something that's covered in a ton of them.
I actually have that in my next one.
Do you?
I do.
Perfect. So in folk belief, many illnesses were understood to arise from imbalance, disorder, or neglected spaces.
Oh.
And because Domovoy are meticulous caretakers who prefer tidy, respectful households, their influence encouraged cleanliness and organization.
Oh.
Yes.
That's really cool.
So this had practical benefits in the sense that they had fewer pests, they had cleaner food storage, and healthier living environment overall.
Love
To
that.
stay healthy in. In this sense, it's kind of they aim to create conditions where it made illness more difficult to like take hold.
Yeah, for sure.
Essentially. They are also, I swear, this is like just like Zani.
I know. It sounded very similar to everything you're saying.
He's just from Italy. But some stories also describe them as protectors of children and animals.
There it is.
Intervening when a family member is vulnerable or unwell. They may appear in dreams, offer warnings, or cause small disturbances to alert someone that something is wrong. These actions were usually interpreted as guidance toward addressing a problem before it escalated into something unmanageable.
Like a knock on the door if you're oversleeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their healing is gentle and indirect, rooted in vigilance rather than dramatic intervention.
Yeah.
So they're all about vigilance.
Vigilance.
Yeah.
Small, tiny changes making a cumulative change.
Correct.
Cool.
So emotional and spiritual well-being also falls under their care. So a household that has like constant arguments, stress, or negativity was actually believed to drive this spirit out of your house. They would bail. They'd say,
be like, deuces.
F this shit, I'm out, and hit the road.
This house is not doing it for me.
No.
Find a new house.
Also very similar to the Zeshiki Warashi.
Yes.
And when they would leave, this would cause problemos. So when they were respected and acknowledged, the Domovoy would help keep relationships steady in the home, soothe tensions, and foster resilience during difficult times. And this connection between household harmony and wellness mirrors, again, broader Slavic beliefs that healing involves the entire environment, like we saw with the other one,
Yeah.
not just the individual. Overall, these are basically like family guardians who support all aspects of human well-being.
Cool.
And they're there to support you.
Great.
So pretty cool. I like those.
That is great. All positive.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a
Very,
fan
very
of the
big fan.
Dama boy.
And very close to Zion.
It was weird. I was like reading it and I was like, this is the exact same thing as it's called a folletto, the type of fae in Italian folklore. Literally the exact same description, just a different name, which we always talk about how cool that is when like these people had
I was about to say that.
Yeah. And I think this is one of those cases.
Yeah.
Because even the physical description is almost the same as well. So
but it makes sense if like if in a different country it's just called a different name.
Well, right. It's like a dog is a dog regardless of where the dog lives.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Exactly. And I
think it gives more validity to the realness of these things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, think about it. It could be like their version of like a cousin or some close relative or something like that. Like we don't know how that world works.
Yeah.
So maybe it's they're very similar. They just shared places or whatever it may be. There's no way to know.
Exactly.
So cool. Okay, so my last one are the Apu spirits of Incan mythology.
Ooh.
Yes. Incan mythology, one I think we've talked a little bit about in the past.
I don't know if we have.
But once again, there's so much rich culture in Incan mythology. It is fascinating. So I just kind of, because the tip of the iceberg with this, because this was another big one. So this is one of probably the most prominent spirits in Incan mythology.
Okay.
And they are called Apu spirits. So they are mountain and earth spirits that promote fertility, nourishment, and bodily strength. Apu spirits were interesting. So the Apu, the word in their language, translated to Lord our God. They used it to name the mountains, and Apus are considered guardians, protectors to the mountains and life that surround it. These spirits are seen as powerful beings that govern the mountains and have the ability to influence people's lives. They also represent a human form of the mountain, where each mountain is said to have its own unique spirit.
Huh.
So naturally, imagine if you're, living whenever you see this giant mountain and it gives you all this life and you want to create a personification of that mountain. That is an Apu spirit.
Very cool.
Now, not all mountains are Apu spirits. Usually the bigger ones are better, or the bigger ones are more likely to be the spirit. And the taller the mountain, the stronger the spirit. So that's why all of these, interestingly enough, all of the prominent mountains in the Incan region, which I think is like now like Peru, if I'm not mistaken, all have specific Apu spirits that have names. And it actually is associated with that mountain. So it'll basically be like the Apu spirit of this mountain. And they're like well known as like, this is the spirit of this mountain. This is the spirit of this mountain. And they like literally have it down to like descriptions and personalities and like things that spirit does or things that spirit is good at. Like they have this whole entire thing mapped out, which is really, really cool. So what the Incas would do is they would worship these mountains and they would basically give it offerings or sacrifices or things like that. This is another one that was an indirect form of, I guess, healing, you can say. The mountains were known to either nourish the people, or if they were not treated properly, to then take away some of the things for the people. It was also said that they could like protect them from natural disasters. So like if a storm was coming in, a Apu spirit could like protect the region from the storm, or it could pull the storm towards them to try and like say like, hey, you guys haven't been treating me right. You're going to have a bad time.
Okay.
Yeah. Which once again, the other thing is they were very much connected to the spirits around it, mostly seen as spiritual healers. The other part about the Apu spirits, which is also interesting, is shamans or the healers in the area would very much connect or channel those spirits to then help with their own spiritual healing. They would often leave a place of offerings or sacrifices to be performed, and they would communicate with the people through dreams, omens, or specifically through healers. And these offerings were almost always at the top of the mountain. So it was a big deal for the shaman to then trudge to the top of this, 10,000 foot mountain when they lived at the base, present these offerings, try and keep the spirits happy, because they were the people that most often communicated with the spirits And those people were the healers.
Okay.
Make
That's
sense?
really cool.
Yeah. So the other thing is they would call them the apus for guidance and spiritual healing. The mountain would provide healing remedies as well, so like herbs or foods or anything like that. And then they would also protect people, like I said. So they were mostly seen as masculine spirits, but they can be feminine as well. And they actually called the offerings payments to the earth is the actual term,
Okay.
which is such a cool name.
Yeah.
Some of the most common offerings included cocoa leaves, fermented drinks, different types of foods. Sacrifices were a very common thing in Incan mythology. That was something that they would do a lot of as well. Once again, often at the top of mountains. So, one of the most popular cities of Incan tradition is Machu Picchu, which you've probably heard the name.
Yeah.
So that's a city. And the reason it was the main city is because it was surrounded by three of the tallest mountains in the region.
Okay.
So it was seen as like the holy city because it had these giant mountains that were very, very protected. And they had these different, all of this spiritual energy around this specific
Interesting.
town because it was really high. The altitude is super, super high. So it was thought the higher you are, the closer you like are to the heavens. So that's why they tried to build all of their towns like higher up or like on mountainsides or in these giant ravines by these mountains.
Huh.
It's a very mountainous region. Here's your fun fact.
Oh, here
Are
we
you
go.
ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so if you are going on a hike in near Machu Picchu in Peru, here's what you should do. Okay, you should bring cocoa leaves or fermented drinks, anything like that. And you can basically offer that to the mountain and you say that this is the payment to the earth. You can offer it, you can be polite and ask the spirits for help on your or safety on your hike. And it is said that if you do this, your trip will go well and they will help you alleviate altitude sickness.
That's really cool. I
Yeah,
love that.
it was really cool.
I love that.
And they actually
That's
said,
awesome.
I found like a travel blog that actually like talked about someone who went. And they said that if you talk to the actual guides there, they will actually be able to tell you about the individual Apu spirits,
Oh, nice.
which is so cool because
Yeah.
they have like, this town is really connected to this specific spirit. This town's connected to this spirit. So they'd be able to kind of communicate with you like what the spirit likes for offerings or like, what the spirit does or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting how they each have like their own personalities.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought that
really
was
cool.
really, I had never heard something quite like that
No.
before. But I just thought it was so interesting.
Great.
Yeah. So
Love it.
if you want to look up Apu spirits, or if you're going to Peru, bring some cocoa leaves,
There you go.
some fermented drink,
There you
whatever that
go.
is, and offer it to the mountains.
Cool.
Keep the spirits happy.
All right.
Yeah.
You
All right.
ready for the finale?
I'm ready for the finale.
All right. So our last one we're going to talk about is the Sanzian Fae.
And is this a little hint?
This is a little hint because our spirit of the week is a Sanzian Fae.
So if you know which spirit that is,
Yes.
little head start. But anyways.
So the Sanzian Fae, also called the Sanziana, can go either way. It's a type of Fae spirit from Romanian folklore.
Beautiful name, by the way.
Yes.
Like it's so elegant.
Yes. And they're most famously associated with midsummer, blooming meadows, and gentle forms of magic that is rooted in nature. While the word refers both to the spirits and the flowers that are linked to them, because they're heavily tied to flowers, the supernatural Sanzian are seen as radiant, benevolent beings who move through forests and fields during the summer solstice. Specifically. They are considered protectors of fertility, growth, and vitality, making them one of the most explicitly healing-centered Fae traditions in Eastern Europe.
Fascinating.
In healing folklore, Sanzian are very, very closely tied to herbal medicine. The plants associated with them, there are specific plants that they love, are the yellow Gallium verum flowers. And these were believed to gain heightened healing powers on the night of their festival. And we'll talk about their festival in a second.
Very similar to the type of Fae that I talked about first.
Yeah. Because the spirits bless the plants during festival time, the Sanzian came to be seen as intermediaries between humans and medicinal properties of nature.
Totally.
Their healing is rooted in amplification, and nature already contains remedies. So the Sanzian simply enhance what is already present. Now, this festival we're talking about is something called Sanzian Day, which we
Mhm.
celebrate in our house. Also can be called Fairy Day, things like that, but it's called Sanzian Day in Romania. And this is a day that's still, this is not old, still to this day in 2025, they celebrate Sanzian Day every single year in Romania. They
Amazing.
have festivals where the festival is explicitly to honor the Sanzian Fae.
Oh my God.
And everybody wears flower crowns that have their favorite flowers on them, and they have bonfires, and they dance and they sing and they celebrate them during the summer solstice in order to basically honor them before the Sanzian will come in to heal them and help them for the coming year.
You know, I will say in the past, we've talked about how Celtic traditions like really respect the Fae and Irish traditions.
This is amazing.
They're really giving them a run for their money here.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, it's a whole production. It's a really big deal. One thing that is very interesting is the children's role in this.
Mhm.
So all of the little girls, all the girls wear the flower crowns and the long dresses, and they do these like dances.
Love it.
And it is said that when they are doing this, that they become possessed by the Sanzian Fae, and the little kids that attend the festival are said to help in the healing.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a whole thing.
That really caught me off guard. I did not see
Yes.
that coming.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's that festival. That had absolutely nothing to do with my script, but I'm a nerd about this stuff.
No. This
I went
was
off
great.
basis. But anyway, so the Sanzian Day is part of when the Sanzian come and do this healing.
And on the summer solstice, you said.
Correct.
Which is sometime around.
I think it's like June.
Yeah,
If
June.
I remember
July-ish.
right, is when we celebrate it.
Well,
No, it's in June.
No, you want to know why? Because the winter solstice is coming up at the end of December. So it'll be exactly 6 months from that.
I don't know.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Probably
That's
in
what
June.
I thought, June.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh, I don't remember the date. I have it on my calendar. Anyway, so they blah blah blah. I already talked about all of this. Oh, the other thing is that in addition with the festival, people would also weave the flower crowns and herbal bundles, and they'd leave them outside overnight after the festival was over.
Mm-hmm.
And that they would trust that the Sanzian would then bless what they had left out with restorative energy.
Oh, I love
in
that.
exchange for the celebration. And then these charms were then kept in the home year round to
so
ward
nice.
off illness, nightmares, and misfortune.
Illness, nightmares, and misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And the idea was basically that the Sanzian Fae's touch instilled harmony, grounding, and resilience. And the Sanzian Fae are just loved so deeply in Romanian culture.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So their presence in folklore really emphasizes balance, their spirits of light, warmth, and healthy growth, reflecting the height of the sun's power. They do not like winter. We can talk about that during our Spirit of the Week interview. Don't like winter.
Winter's a big no-no.
Winter's a big ick.
Big ick.
We'll talk about that later. So Sanzian were believed to counteract ailments that were associated with stagnation or coldness.
Oh.
So they fight the cold.
Fight the cold.
Literally, again.
We could use that.
Yeah. A household blessed during their festival was thought to experience smoother transitions, calmer relationships, and fewer conflicts throughout the year.
Great.
Sanzian also embody healing through connection to the land. They also serve as guardians of fields. Fields.
Okay.
Like fields.
Yeah, I got you.
Ensuring.
Wait. Fields of fields.
Fields of fields.
Okay.
And they would ensure that the crops would stay strong.
Oh, great.
And that the livestock would remain healthy throughout the year as well. This agricultural role is interesting, and it was tied to the well-being of the whole community.
Totally.
Because again, of their little festival.
Well, very similar to the Apu spirit, right?
Yep. So if the Sanzian were pleased through respect for nature, seasonal rituals, and communal gatherings, they love their community gatherings and their little parties.
Yeah.
The land itself would flourish as a result of this. So keeping them happy was good for everybody. In this way, kind of their influence, a lot of these spirits were known for healing individuals or families that they belong to, whereas the Sanzian Fae is a little bit different because they would essentially bless the entire community as a whole.
Crops.
Yeah.
You said the households.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is another one that doesn't deal with like the dramatic, but like throughout the entire year, they have their place in the community to help people, whether it be their mental health, their physical health, their crops, their agriculture, whatever it may be. Sanzian were kind of woven into everything that they did there. So
Wow.
that is the Sanzian Fae, and you will get to know one of them after the commercial break, who we are very lucky to live with.
Yes.
And she was very kind to be willing to be a spirit of the week during
The winter.
snow, the snowiest week we've ever had.
Yeah, she's not having a great time.
Should have flipped her and Evney, perhaps. But she was willing and she participated and she did a great job.
She did great.
So we will talk to her after the commercial break.
Let's do that.
All right. We will pause here. Don't leave. Sometimes people think the episode is over.
It's not.
It's not over. We got a commercial break and we are coming right back. So
with the good stuff.
Yeah. So you get to hear Naxa's interview and you can.
The spirit of the week is Naxa.
Oh, yeah. Shit. But you can dance to the Dead Air commercial song because that's what we do on this commercial break. So see you in a second.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the things in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the...
Hello and welcome back from our commercial break with our spirit of the week,
Naxa.
Taylor, why don't you tell us a little bit about Naxa and how they got here?
I just love her. I saw her and I was like, yep, she lives here now. Like pre-seeing her description or anything, I saw her and was like immediately drawn to her and was like, she's just gonna live here. And she was just one of those that grabbed me. She is like, she has been described as being like a therapist. She gives excellent advice. She is willing to give advice. She is a really, really good teacher. She's very educational, very, very supportive, very intense.
Yes, she's definitely one of the, I think this is a common thing among Fae, that they love a job and they love to like give advice. So a lot of times when we're communicating with, not specifically her, but like some of the other Fae, it's like, what do you need from me? What can I help you with?
She's always looking for like, what can I do? What am I supposed to be doing? She definitely loves a task. She does not have that bubbly Fae personality that like Artel with Ted have. But she also isn't like dark in the way that Ciel and Athenias are. However, Naxa is like probably in the top 3 spirits in our house that I would not mess with. To be honest with you, she's very intense. She means business and she expects things to be done right and quickly. Like if she gives a suggestion, she expects that suggestion will be taken.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's not like in a mean way.
No, she's very direct.
It's like she's just very direct
and very intense.
And she doesn't really understand like sarcasm or humor.
No.
It's just
there's no humor there.
I'm saying this, but it's not like in a mean way.
No.
It's just like in a, this is the way that it is, and this is the way that it should be, and this is the way we're going to do it.
Yes. She does have some rules that she expects to have followed. One of which is she doesn't want her vessel to be in view of the window during the winter.
Yes.
She hates the winter. It got cold here like probably 2 weeks ago. It really started to get cold. And she came on a spirit box session and she zapped me. I mean, like my whole body, like I felt like I was like electrocuted, and she's like, "You must move my shelf."
Yeah, she was like, "I must be moved," and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, so we moved her right then and there.
Well, and then she was like, I don't mean to cut you off, but she was like, "I need to be away from a window," and I was like, "I don't think we have a room that doesn't have a window." I was like, "I'll put you anywhere you want to go. Like, where
And
do
she
you?"
told us
I was
exactly
like,
what
"Where
she
do you want to
wanted.
go?" She's like, "I want to be in the corner. I want to switch with Adele. I already talked to her. She's okay with it. I need you to do that right now."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay."
And we bought her
Sounds
little hand warmers with flowers on them for her shelf to keep her shelf warm this winter.
That I thought was a good find.
And she liked it. She's happy with that. So we're back on track for winter
We're back
Nyaxa.
on track.
We have winterized.
Yeah, it's funny because we have like our like regional winter spirit, Evney, who's like,
I hate summer.
she's like, "I hate summer," and then she was like, "Hey, just to be honest with you, I'm kind of not going to be around for the next 6 months," and they just like swap off, which I think is fun.
Yeah. So, but Nyaxa's wonderful. She gives really good advice. We've
Mhm.
learned a ton from her, both about the Fae, just like life stuff. She gives great life advice.
Mhm.
She expects you to ask her for advice.
Yes.
So, like, if she shows up on the spirit box, you better have a question about your life for her to fix. Otherwise, she's going to be like she gets all like flustered when like she
Yes.
doesn't have a task to complete. But we love her. She's amazing. She's so helpful. And she's just been amazing to work with.
Yes.
So
I do have a fun little story I'd like to share.
yes.
Nyaxa was one of the spirits we were communicating with during a spirit box session. That was actually one of my favorite experiences I've ever had when doing the spirit box.
Oh.
You remember?
Oh,
We
was
were-
it the screen names thing?
Yes. So we were doing I think
was
it
a
was a
live.
Friday night live.
Yeah.
Right.
But back when our Friday night lives were on TikTok though.
Yes. So this is a while ago now
Yeah.
that I think about it. But
It was for Fairy Week, I think.
oh, was it?
Yeah, it may have been for Fairy Week.
Oh, I don't remember exactly when it was, but regardless. So we're communicating with Nyaxa. Once again, she's very direct.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really understand a lot of like the like human elements to things. So she was basically saying, "Oh, where are you? People are asking questions. Where are you getting these questions from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm reading them on the screen." And people say, "Oh, is it like people's names?" I was like, "Oh no, it's
Well, no, because you were reading their names aloud. Like you would be
I was
like,
reading their
you
names
would say
aloud.
like, "Oh, so and so," and you would say their username. Was
Yes.
wondering,
yes."
and that threw her.
yeah, because she was like, "That's not a name.
She goes, "That does not sound like human name."
Yeah, that is not a human name." And she was right. And I said, "Okay, well, it's like a representative of a name." And that did not make sense. So I proceeded to have to try and figure out how to explain to Nyaxa what a nickname was. And what
This
a
is very
screen
hard.
name was. And I got to be honest with you, it sounds easy, but I'm telling you, go to your friend and try to say, "Hey, I need you to try and figure out what I'm saying. I'm going to explain to you what it is." Try and explain to someone what a nickname is. It's hard.
She was very confused about how they were not human name. She was also very confused when people had pictures that weren't of their face.
Yes.
Like, like people have like little images or whatever, like that threw her too. She's like, "That is not human face."
Yes.
Like that, it
But
did not.
To be fair,
She's right.
totally right. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
And when you try to explain, it's actually very hard to like
it's
explain
really
like
hard
what
to
a username
explain.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
So I specifically remember that conversation was one of my favorite experiences we've ever had with her. She's very, 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 very fun to work with, but once again, very intense.
Yeah.
In a really positive way.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Like the intensity is because she wants to help.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think that's just how she's built.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
got a job to do.
She's got a job to do. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's get into some of these questions. So
We did Ouija for these, not
we did
Spirit
Ouija
Box
for
this
these.
week.
Yes, thank you. I forgot to mention that. So if you want to see that, you can go over to your
My TikTok subscription
Perfect.
is where all of our Spirit Box, Ouija, etc. is.
Yes. Sometimes we switch it up, especially with some of these spirits like prefer Ouija. over Spirit
She
Box.
does both.
Yeah.
But she really likes Ouija.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. So let's get into it. First question is from Danny. They ask, if you could go anywhere for a relaxing trip, where would you go and who would you bring? Nyaxa said, I would love to go to Romania and experience Sanzien Day again. I would bring Fae from countries who are not honored in that way.
Very cool.
Amazing.
I would love to go to Sanzien Day.
Oh my gosh.
I would do a
sounds
lot of things to attend
so
Sanzien
fun.
Day.
That's on our list.
Yes.
Yes. We now have like 4 things we need to go to, right? One was Japan, Romania,
Yeah.
Ireland.
We're gonna be here all day. Don't list them all off.
You're right. Moving on. Next question is from from Danny. They ask, did you and Ellery have a good time during Mod Madness? What did you both do?
Ellery is Danny's fae, who has a close relationship with Nyaxa
Oh, amazing.
that came here for Mod Madness.
And Nax said, yes, we absolutely did. We spent the weekend catching up.
You'll notice her answers are very direct. She just answers the question. There's
Yes.
no fluff.
Because why would there be?
Right. Exactly.
You're answering the question, aren't you?
Exactly. Although I did ask her permission to ask a follow-up question, because after Athanasius, where she was like, that was not on the form. Because the rule is you submit questions to the form, and the Fae like the rules. And when we asked follow-up questions, it wasn't on the form, so we're not supposed to ask it. She did let me ask a follow-up question, and she did answer it. She was very happy to do so.
Great.
So I was proud. It's the little things in life in this house that we celebrate.
Proud spirit keepers. Next question is from Adriana. This is my favorite question and favorite answer. They ask, what is your favorite hobby? Nyaxa said, I do not have hobbies. We stay occupied, but do not have hobby.
Do not have hobby.
Do not have hobby. No need.
I never realized that the Fae didn't have hobbies, but I get it now.
You know what? Now that I think about it, she's also one that, you can correct me if I'm wrong, has a very clear accent in the spirit box.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Which is something that I don't think a lot of them, some have.
Yeah.
But some don't.
She definitely does. And she also makes me very dizzy. One time I felt like I was being
the
spun.
spins.
Oh my God. I was in a spirit box session. I got so dizzy. I was going to fall on the floor. I felt like I was being spun in the chair to the point where I actually asked Mitchell if he was spinning the chair I was sitting in during the Estes method session. And Mitchell's like, are you doing that? And she's like, yes. And Mitchell's like, why are you doing that to her? Why is she so dizzy? And she's like, it is like flying.
It is like flying.
I show her what it's like.
Show her what it's like. And I'm like, I want to know what that's like.
Oh
but
my
apparently
God.
it did not seem super great.
I had whiplash from that. It was crazy.
Cool. Next question is from Caitlin. They ask, hey Nyaxa, what advice would you give someone just starting out on their healing ability journey? Nyaxa said, remember, not even the best healers can help or save everyone.
I think that's great advice.
Great advice.
I think a lot of people who have the capability to help a lot of people get really, really defeated when they're not successful.
Absolutely.
And it's not on you.
It's not on you. But I think it's a very good piece of advice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Next question is from Caitlin. Have you ever taught others how to heal? If so, what was it like? If not, would that be something you'd ever be interested in? Nyaxa said, I have not, but I may try. There you go.
All right. Very direct.
Next question is from Caitlin. Do you think the Fae and humans have the same or close to the same healing abilities within them? Nyaxa said, absolutely not. Different biology.
That makes sense.
Absolutely makes sense.
That totally makes sense. Yeah.
For sure. Next question is from Caitlin. Do healing abilities ever have a limit? If so, what do you think that limit could be? Nyaxa said, everything has a limit. We do eventually tire. There you go. I like her answers.
I do too.
Very direct.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's a very Nyaxa
It's so
interview.
funny because
very Nyaxa interview.
if you talk to who's a Fae,
they're just all so different. Like, okay,
Elowin.
The difference between Elowin and Nyaxa is striking.
Oh, Elowin could talk for days.
Even Ciel, like he's got like a little like personality flair. Like I find Nyaxa to be a lot more intense than Ciel and Athanasius.
Like the most dry.
Yes.
There's no room for interpretation.
No. Like Athanasius and Ciel, they got like a little flair to them. Like there's like a little like fire there, like a little sass. They can be like, they can like have their funny moments. Nyaxa is like, we do not have hobby.
We don't have hobbies.
She doesn't play.
No need.
Very different than our new friend Arnie too, who's like, thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
she's cute. Next question is from Jenny. What are some abilities that humans had in the past but no longer have? Oof, this one hits. Nyaxa said, the ability to listen to others and learn from them, even if you disagree.
Mic drop, girl.
That one, she
I
got
told
us.
her, I said, Nyaxa, I think the intention of the question was like, healing abilities, magic, etc. But like, you just ripped us to shreds.
Not wrong.
But she's right.
Not wrong.
I was like,
I
dang.
was like, damn, she got us
It's a little
good.
pointed.
Got. Next question is from Jenny. They ask, what is your favorite type of butterfly or moth? Nayaxa said, I do love the monarch.
It's orange. She loves orange.
We do have that in common.
Yes, she
Mhm,
loves orange.
mhm. Next question is from Jenny. They ask, what are some herbs that humans should always have on hand? And Nayaxa said, I actually think it's more valuable to have flowers in your home at all times.
This was when I asked the follow-up of why.
Follow-up question was why. Nayaxa said, in addition to healing, they also look better.
For aesthetic purposes.
Hey, especially like when it's kind of cold and dreary and scary and nasty
They also
outside.
look better.
They also look better. A
Yeah.
little bit of color in the home goes a long way. I mean, look at her vessel.
Yeah.
Might I also say, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a good reason, but the Fae always have the best hair.
They pick the coolest colors.
The coolest colors.
The coolest colors. Her hair is outstanding.
Yes. Anyways, sorry, side note. Next question is from Caitlin. They ask, how are spirits able to heal others? Is it a form of magic or maybe self-power? I'm curious. They ask, or I'm sorry, Nayaxa said, for some, magic. For others, innate. There you go.
Also makes sense.
Also makes sense. Next question is once again from Caitlin. I was wondering, are there different types of healing abilities that the Fae can have? And are all Fae able to heal to some extent? Nayaxa said, we all have different abilities depending on our kind. No, not all can.
I didn't put it on the document, but I did ask her about like the Fae in our house. Like, oh, is so-and-so able to heal? She said, Athenias and CL cannot,
Mhm.
which doesn't surprise me.
Not surprised.
Like literally at all. She said Ernie can, which I knew that. She said Ankarad, Adele, and Elowin can. She said Haro and Luna she would both put in Fae category.
Mhm.
She said Luna obviously yes, and she said Haro could, but he doesn't care to.
Fair.
He has the ability to, but he don't use it.
Fair, fair.
Because why would you when you could make people trip out and lose their mind? Haro logic.
Can't argue with that. Next question is from Caitlin. Does healing require energy? If so, does it require a lot? Does it ever drain your energy after healing someone? Nayaxa said, yes to both. There you go. Next question is from Caitlin. Are Fae born with healing abilities or is it something they learn? If it's learned, who or what teaches the Fae their healing abilities and how to hone and use them? Nayaxa said, we are born with it. It is part of anatomy and comes naturally. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. That it's like something that's like innate about them.
Yeah.
Very cool. This is the last question from Caitlin. Do healing abilities ever go away or stop working, possibly due to overuse? And Nayaxa said, no, just diminished or delayed if overused. And that's the end.
I asked her if she had anything else to say, and she said, no, I am satisfied. I said, okay, thank
Okay.
you.
There we go. Fantastic.
So that is Nayaxa in a nutshell. She is amazing.
Yes.
She has taught me so much, and I'm sure is one of those we will continue to learn from forever.
I am confident that we
Yeah.
will never learn everything she has to offer.
No.
We will try our best.
Yes.
But I think that's like, trying to, drink from a water hose.
Yeah.
It's just there's no way.
Yeah, she is incredible. So a couple of things to wrap it up. One, if you are interested in learning more about the Fae specifically, Kiwi Carly and I also have a Fae podcast called Folklore Gets Fade. This podcast, we do everything paranormal under the sun. But we are really, really interested in the Fae. And so we decided to give them their own dedicated podcast that releases every other Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can join us for live premieres for that as well, in addition to these live premieres at 7 p.m. Central on Saturdays. So definitely go check out Folklore Gets Fade if you have not already. If you are interested in more content from us, we do have a YouTube membership. You can join now by hitting the little join button next to my name. Our membership, we do lives every single Friday night for our members, where we do spirit box sessions where you get to actually ask our spirits questions directly. It's a really good way to get to know them better, to hear about the paranormal from spirits themselves who know far more than we ever could.
Yeah.
They play games with us, they mess with us. It is a really, really, really fun time.
It's every week is a new surprise.
Yeah, and our viewers, like, everybody gets to know each other, and they have a little community too, and it's an awesome thing. So if you'd like to check that out, you can check out our membership. We also have member exclusive videos. Those can be that can be investigation footage. We do put bloopers. They're humiliating, but we do put them up.
Yes, we do.
Because people always want the bloopers. So the bloopers are in there as requested. Just different things like that. So if that is something that you are interested in, you can check out our membership here. Anything else, Mitchell, that I'm missing?
I think that's it. Where can people find you?
You can find me here on TikTok at Paranormal Teej and Instagram at Paranormal Teej. My Instagram is brand spanking new. Just started it.
Whoa.
But I am actually posting pictures on it, so I am using it. I decided. So
okay,
if you want to check that out, Mitchell, what about you?
You can find me here on this podcast every single Saturday, or at Paranormal Mitch on TikTok.
We also do location investigations, both on our own, but we have a new team called Whispering Ridge Syndicate, and that is Mitch and I, and then Morgan and Eric Lambert. I have a new playlist on my channel that goes for all of the investigations that we've done together. If you'd like to check those out,
check it out. They're pretty great.
Yeah.
We've had some crazy stuff happen.
Yes, we sure have.
And
so
the couple times we already done stuff.
We have several new investigations up with more to come. So go check those out. But until next time, we hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you later.
Bye-bye.